Hello my friends, welcome to another edition of the Detox Dudes. Here we are going to be talking about ADD and ADHD and what you can do about it.
Summer in the hills, those hazy days I do remember. We were running still, had the whole world at our feet.
You know, ADD and ADHD is a huge thing in this current epoch. Okay, we're dealing with so much stimulation, so many medical diagnoses, so many neuroses and issues, and ADD and ADHD just happens to be the way that they are labeling this category of patterns in the DSM. Okay, so it's a category of patterns and response to stress, response to stimulation that's happening in human beings. And of course, what we do is we label it, diagnose it, and very ineffectively treat it in conventional medicine. So I want to talk about natural remedies. You know, I was diagnosed with ADD and ADHD. I'm not even going to go into that because I don't even buy into it for 1 second, nor have I ever. But the stimulants that are given are very, very dangerous, okay? ADDERALL, Ritalin, modafinil, things like this, Concerta. Modafinil is in a little bit of a different category, but all in all, these stimulants are very draining us, okay? They're draining us because they're giving artificial life force to a human being. You know, if you're tired and you're unable to focus and you have lack of clarity, those are actually all signals that you're supposed to be listening to, right? Motivational signals. If somebody is feeling a certain symptom, it's not that that symptom is what needs to be rid of. It's that that symptom is the universe's way of saying, hey, there's something important that needs to be addressed in your physical and emotional, energetic body. And if you don't address it, we'll just continue to give you this symptom until it's so loud that you have no option but to address it. Now that's a dance between your own body and the universe. It's not like God is like, you know, give him fatigue now, more fatigue, more fatigue. No, it's more like, you know, your body's connected to that source consciousness. Your body has an intelligence. So my point in saying all that is that when we introduce a stimulant or caffeine into the mix, we're basically further pulling from a place that isn't actually sustainable. So when you take a stimulant or caffeine, you're pulling your energy from your body from places that don't want to be pulled from. Okay? You're pulling from places that will cause aging, that will cause further degradation of the cells. Does this make sense? That's a question I would ask if I'm actually speaking to somebody. But what I'm trying to say is that you're actually pulling. Energy comes from places, you know, science would say from ATP, from mitochondria, from our cells. Energetically, energy is also coming from somewhere in your body, you know, depending on who you are. It's coming from somewhere. You're pulling it from somewhere. When you do it in the form of minerals and herbs, you're doing a much better job of pulling from a natural source, a sustainable source, or a sustainable point of your body. So let's talk about some awesome ADD and ADHD remedies and just good things to take if you're studying, you know, or if you have a lot of work to do. If you want a little boost in focus, boost in mental clarity and alertness, and clean mental energy as opposed to you know, the stimulant. So minerals are definitely on the list for sure. But aside from minerals, Mucuna, you can get this one from Banyan Botanicals, or you can get Mucuna Supreme. I really, really like Mucuna Supreme a lot. Actually, I prefer it. It's just more expensive. And once I buy one of these bags, they last for like months. So I haven't got a chance to buy the Mucuna Supreme. But Mucuna is a bean that has been used for many, many, many generations to boost L-DOPA, right? So Parkinson's is the depletion of dopamine, and one of the remedies for Parkinson's is, or at least one way of reducing the onset of it or treating it, right? It's kind of like, you know, they don't use it as like a cure, they use it as a treatment. but it's L-DOPA. So mucuna has the highest concentration of L-DOPA of anything on the planet. Some of these concentrations are like 5%, some of them go as high as 20%. And the Sanskrit word is kapikachu, which actually means one who scratches like a monkey. Because apparently I've never actually seen one in person, but the pod of the bean has these hairs on them, and if you touch the hairs with a naked hand, it makes you itch like a monkey. So the doses I've used for this go anywhere from a teaspoon to a tablespoon per day in smoothies, or like 4 to 6 caps I was taking of 4 caps, I believe actually, of Mucuna Supreme. And it just really does a good job of turning off that, slowing down or dimming that mental chatter. Especially when I was very, very ill, that mental chatter was overwhelming. So the Mucuna helped that. Anyone who has mercury poisoning or aluminum poisoning, or just feels like their dopamine levels are very low motivation, they should consider taking Mucuna. Another one is Pycnogenol. Pycnogenol from the French maritime pine tree. It's an extract, it's a patented extract from the pine bark actually. And yeah, it's really, really cool. It's anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, anti-cancerous, helps rebuild neurons. There's a lot of studies that have been done on it. There's a couple studies I read in conjunction with Bacopa, which is another herb I don't have here with me today, but it's another great one to check out, Bacopa, in addition as an ADD, ADHD protocol. So the dose I use for Pycnogenol, I never really exceeded one of these pills per day. It's 100 milligrams. And combining all 3 of these does a really effective job for getting shit done. L-theanine from bulk supplements. L-theanine is an amino acid many people know about. It's found in green tea, and it's what gives you that leveling, calming feeling while having the caffeine from the green tea. The theanine balances it out and allows it to be sustainable, lasting energy. So whenever I take a lot of minerals or supplements that really affect the mind in terms of focus and clarity, I always like adding theanine into the mix because it balances it out. So give these 3 a try. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought of it and if it helped. Would definitely encourage this to anyone who's dealing with heavy metal poisoning or looking to study for long periods of time. Also, I'll post a link in the information description to some tracks that I listen to on YouTube while I write and while I answer emails. These tracks have really changed my relationship to work. You know, they just put me in this totally relaxed, mindful state and allow me to work for hours and hours and hours without getting stressed. So I'll post some links to those in the information description, because in congruence with these supplements, you'll be able to ace any test in the world, even if it is bionuclear medical physics. All right. Hope you enjoyed the show. I'm out. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. Peace, ladies and gentlemen.